the Invisalign like tuned up and shit. And they got to put these little brackets and stuff on your teeth. Well, you familiar with it. Your wife had Invisalign, right?
Yeah, she got Invisalign.
So, long story short, they was like, "Oh, you missing one of the things. We're gonna have to put another one on one of your the back tooth or whatever." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I'm thinking, I'm like, man, it's like the fourth one that I didn't bit off or whatever, or something happened, and I didn't know what happened. So I'm like, look. And it's the assistant right there in the orthodontist right there. I said, obviously I've been swallowing these. Is this safe? And they bust out laughing. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I don't know where it went because I didn't see it come out of my food. I must have swallowed it. Pause. Is this safe? He tells me, boy, I would think that, some of the chemicals and stuff that we work with is safe to use in the mouth. So I think you should be good if you swallowed it. Up in my head, I'm like, that's not reassuring. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the According to Wes podcast. As always, we got DeLaw here.
You have DeLaw, the coach.
Coach DeLaw full of mimosas about to go coach a game. We don't know what type of advice he's going to give.
Hey, man, look, you know what advice I'm going to give? Keep your hands up.
Definitely keep your hands up. We need the game to exhibit more defense, professionally, non-professionally, amateur. We need more defense. That's what's gonna keep me watching.
Yeah, no, we definitely need more defense. And it was funny, like watching the kids like kind of play around, whatever. They play just like on TV.
Yeah. It's
one kid, he gave me like in practice last week, and I'm like, he fell on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck he fall on the floor for? He gave like a Euro step to the rim. After he put it up, he falls on the ground. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? No one touched you. Why are you falling on the ground? Like,
you know what that means? When I was younger, when I would make like a play while I'm in practicing a move or something like that, my body can't understand that I just actually did it. Because, if you don't do it all the time, it's like your body just forgets like how to walk or some shit like that went in, that I made that.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably what that was. I mean, the muscle memory wasn't there for that particular move. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
It's possible.
Like, I'm not going to say that like, I ain't falling on the ground from doing a layup, but it wasn't I do a Euro step and I put a shot up and I'm just clumsy enough to fall over. Nah, I ain't doing that. Yeah.
I might do that.
I'm on my feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, these young kids. And then I don't know if it's me, or maybe I just got too high of expectations because I've coached middle school basketball before. And it's like, there's no way that y'all guys are this bad.
Don't do that, man. Yeah, it is.
I'm not gonna say they're not bad. We got a couple players that can ball.
Right.
And when it comes down to it, and I was watching in practice on Friday, these motherfuckers, they don't even want to shoot the ball. They want to get a ball to that nigga. Like, all right, you gonna make it? Like, come on, like let's pretend that we all can score here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's pretend that we all can score. And let's score. Like, it can't be just every time we got a fast break that you look around for that one guy who you trust to make the shot. Like, no, we can't do that. We gotta score.
Right.
And everybody's gonna have to put the ball up. You know.
Right.
But yeah,
you digress.
I don't want to get myself fired before we get started. Our first game was supposed to be yesterday at Greenbelt Middle against Laurel, but because of the non-existent snow that hit yesterday, they canceled it.
Shout out to I ain't even about to get into that, man. Shout out to the government. I'm gonna just say shout out to the government. Shout out to y'all in all aspects, local and federal. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, because the state
Shout out to y'all, local, state, and federal. Shout out to don't do your listen. Me and you both can't afford to be talking kind of crazy. Yo, I have a buddy that works for local government. I ain't gonna say what he do, but he like in the middle of that shit, I called him. He was like, "Yo, on behalf of the county, I just want to apologize." I said, "Nigga." Like before I could even say anything, he wanted to apologize to me. What the fuck going on in the community? I was just like,
he was apologizing before shit even went down.
Before I even said anything, this was just like our formal call. I'm like, yo, how your family doing? That's how crazy. That's how crazy. But I ain't getting into that shit. But I ain't introducing myself. It's me, Wes, as always.
So we got Wes.
Yeah, we got you too.
Hey man, look, it's according to Wes podcast and according to DeLaw West. It's just according to Wes.
But listen. I give you the privilege to give your own ring announcer, situation going on there, and
look.
I'm the one that come in bland and you got me Wes.
Hey man, look, I told you I treat this like a WWE personality. You know, you got to have a moniker that comes with you.
Shit,
DeLaw, the devil's son-in-law, it just hit different, especially when we be talking about the fuckery.
It do. It's a crazy thing. I was at the dentist. What was this Thursday, and have you ever been in social situations where you be dead serious, but people just like laughing and thinking you joking and shit like that? And I'm like, I'm not joking. This is me 100%. This is me 100% because I was mad.
You forgot that I'm married.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So,
yeah, man.
I was
every time I talk, it's like I'm being serious. And you're like, oh yeah, I know you're being serious, but it's not that serious, babe. Like you're making it serious more than I'm like, all right, you right.
My wife does the same shit to me, just laughing, and I'll be like, nah, I'm dead serious about what I'm saying. There's no. I'm saying this to make you laugh. I am dead serious. Like I was getting the Invisalign tuned up and shit. And they got to put these little brackets and stuff on your teeth. Well, you familiar with it. Your wife had Invisalign, right?
Yeah, she got Invisalign.
So, long story short, they was like, "Oh, you missing one of the things. We're gonna have to put another one on one of your the back tooth or whatever." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I'm thinking, I'm like, man, it's like the fourth one that I didn't bit off or whatever, or something happened, and I didn't know what happened. So I'm like, look, and it's the assistant right there, and the orthodontist right there. I said, obviously, I've been swallowing these bitches.
What?
Is this safe? And they bust out laughing. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I don't know where it went because I didn't see it come out of my food. I must have swallowed it. Pause. Is this safe? He tells me, well, I would think that, some of the chemicals and stuff that we work with is safe to use in the mouth. So I think you should be good if you swallowed it. Up to my head, I'm like, that's not reassuring. I was like, come on, man.
Of course it's not reassuring because you think you done swallowed it.
No, I know I did. I don't know where it went. Like, this is like the third thing. I don't know where it went. I'm like, damn, I can't eat chips. Like, what I noticed about me, right? I'm not a messy eater, but I don't take my time. So food just going every which way. It ain't staying right on the left side or on the right side. I'm just like, fuck, I'm hungry. It has to get devoured. Hungry. So that's why when I had braces when I was younger, that shit just didn't work well. Because it was like, oh, cut your food, do this. I was always breaking a piece of metal or some shit like that. Like, I ain't got time for that shit.
So you went from braces to now Invisalign.
We talked about that. My mom was cheaped out and didn't get the retainer, and my teeth spaced away again. They spaced off again. It corrected the initial issue, which was crooked teeth. And then without the retainer, they spaced apart. So now I'm back on the Invisalign, paying out of my pocket. Shout out to mom.
Yeah, the wife said that's what she got.
Yeah.
Same issue. Because my wife said she had braces. You had braces back in the day. In middle school, but she said she had the ones that came around her head.
Oh, no, yo, why you gonna do her like that?
You telling everybody.
I owed her one.
Oh, yo, my wife would be so mad if I said, even though that was a lie, she would be so mad that I put that out there. So mad.
But she's still beautiful. It works.
Everybody.
Yeah, man.
Look, I'm gonna have to make up for this later.
Yeah, she's gonna beat you.
Yeah, you know she can move that refrigerator, so you know.
Hey, look.
You know, she's strong.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
But yeah, man. Hopefully that shit is not poisonous, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I was question for you. As a married man, right? How small does your circle need to be to have a peaceful life? Can you have a big circle? Can you have a medium circle, small? So like what size of that circle?
I don't have a big circle. I got a relatively small circle to a point where I don't really deal with too many people. But you already know that, you know. I would say a decent sized circle is like 4 people.
4 people?
Yeah, 4 people.
Shit. My circle is like a dot. It ain't even a circle for real. But I don't believe that you got to have a small circle or a dot to have to be peaceful life and shit, wherever that means to you.
Yeah.
Like, I think the right type of people gotta be in your circle. And even if you got the wrong type of people, you gotta know how to interact and you know, go back and forth with these people. Like, these the people that don't come to baby showers. These the people that come to, you know, little couple events, and they gonna bring another, you know, your wife gonna meet another lady for the 5th time. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is Sasha now. And it's only been 2 weeks. Like, right. You know, knowing when to utilize the people in your circle. Like, I'm starting to realize that I don't have a big circle at all. Like I said, mine's like a dot. And even the people in that dot, they're not really making my shit peaceful. That's because I allowed them not to make the shit peaceful. So I am reassessing that. I'm reassessing that. Do you think
I, especially for my circle, I'm not gonna say there's a lot of people in my circle. I talk to a lot of people, but mostly just because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people talk to me. So like my old supervisor and old coworkers, they all talk to me. And then people that I know that at the bar that I see out, they talk to me. You know, like ain't like I'm going out my way to be like, oh yeah, nah, you my circle. It's just like, oh yeah, I know you. And, you know, if needed, if I'm out and I see you, oh hey, what's up? You know, someone to talk to, but not necessarily in the circle. Like they don't come to the crib.
Yeah.
It's one of them things. Like when you come to the crib, you in the circle. Or if in your case, I do a podcast, but you're in the circle. You know what I'm saying? You are now in the circle. But if it's just, oh hey, I'm gonna buy you a drink today, you're in the circle outside the circle. You ain't in the inner circle.
So they're in they're in the circle where the newcomers are at.
Yeah. Not
the quote unquote day ones or long acquaintances. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit, just, because I ain't going out my way. You know, those people on the outer circle. Those are ones that, like Mr. Fresh and my man Steve.
Yeah.
I know who they are. They know who I am. And if we see each other out, we link up and whatever. Yeah. But I ain't going on my phone to be like,
what y'all doing?
Fan, what y'all getting into? Yeah. I ain't doing all that. If I see you out, I see you out. If I don't, hey, it is what it is. I ain't about to lose no sleep over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know when Mr. Fresh gonna be out. He gonna be out during a Ravens game. And he gonna be out. He gonna have his Ravens gear on, and then once the game is over, he gonna play some Boosie. You know what I'm saying?
Baltimore niggas love. Yo, if there's one thing the Baltimore niggas love, it's Lil Boosie. My camera's still fucking up. Look at that.
Camera's still fucking up. Hey, look, they all love Boosie.
Lil Boosie.
Set off in this motherfucker.
Meek Mill.
That's they shit.
Boosie, Meek Mill, and trying to throw somebody else out there. Right now, all I know is Boosie and Meek Mill. That they definitively, without a doubt, I could say, yeah, and them all day. But yeah.
You know, they love Boosie, but you know he from the South. You know what I'm saying? So for him, because he's from the South, he listened to a lot of Southern music. Yeah. So you know, he said he spent a lot of time in Baton Rouge. So he played a lot of
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, like he played a lot of Hot Boys, a lot of Boosie, a lot of anything from out Louisiana. He playing it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And you be hearing shit, you be like, nigga, they got this song on this thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
this wasn't even popular, but that shit go because you know them Baton Rouge niggas. They know how to party. Yeah, they gonna put out a good song. They gonna put out a good beat. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's one of those things. You know what I mean?
Shit, the other day I started listening to some underground Memphis shit from like I want to say the 90s, not even 3-6, but like what was it, like DJ Zerk or some shit like that. I forget the name of the goddamn song. Yo, I do remember the name. I just remember how the beat go. I just remember the song being the title song being very, very interesting. And I was just like, all right, this sound kind of crazy and nasty. And I cannot remember. It's like one of them slob on my knob joints, and I cannot remember the name of the goddamn song. Let me see. With the Memphis kicks in that motherfucker, that pattern is kind of that's besides the point. But I think it's DJ Zerk. Shout out to DJ Zerk. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but Too Thick. That's what this shit called. Too Thick. Listen to it. Listen to it at your old leisure. At your old leisure. But
don't get me in trouble.
Matter of fact, I feel like getting you in trouble. Too Thick it is. That's what we about to listen to. But yeah, I went through a whole situation there. Whole situation. But DJ Zerk. But as far as like those people on the outside of the circle, the inner circle, your circle, the associate circle, in your opinion, could they ever be invited to the cool kids table at lunch, or is it like one of those things where like you at where you at? And if they can be, what's the criteria that like they got to share the same lifestyle you got, or like how do they prove themselves to you, to DeLaw, the devil's son-in-law, that they in the circle?
That's a tough one because being at the cool kids table, you know what I'm saying? That's a hard thing to do because back in high school, the cool kids table was the ones who probably ain't really had shit. They just had like real lax parents who let them do whatever. And they were just cool because they always had, Ma, let me get this. Like, I know niggas that was getting jeans for like $40 a pop. And it was like, oh yeah, you know, they only cost $40. I'm like, nigga, $40? That's expensive for a fucking, you know, thing of jeans. You know what I mean? But a lot of times, even the cool kids, I never really thought they were cool. Now, if they wanted to sit at the DeLaw, the devil's son-in-law table, they just got be real niggas. That's it. You know.
Yeah, all right.
nothing too drastic. You know what I'm saying? Because see,
basically saying show some type of
authenticity.
Authenticity. I got it for you. Authenticity.
Because you already know I can't. I don't know too much, you know, words and shit. So
I would second that. Like, show me, as far as like if you're a guy, shit, show me that you a man that stand on something. Like, I'm not saying you, and I'm not saying that in the most thuggish gangster glamorization type situation, but more or less like be sturdy in who you are and shit like that. And you know, if we are forming a relationship or friendship and shit like that, at some point in time, both of our loyalty and trust is going to be tested. So if you pass, hey, you in there, and we want to see how this shit rocks in between that time. Some people got seniority over you because they've been there for 20 plus years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's literally how it goes with me. Like you won't be on that outer circle until something's like, you know what? Come sit over here with us. You know what I mean? Like, come sit over here with me. Like, what you got going on? How's you know, how's life? You know, see what their lifestyle about and shit like that. So, yeah, I just thought that was you know, as we are both how do I say this gracefully? Getting older in our adulthood and being men, that shit becomes kind of tricky.
Yeah.
Like you tend to stay with your day ones, but sometimes you outgrow your day ones, and that's why your circle kind of gets smaller. And sometimes you develop new friends, but are they really true friends, or are they just people that you know you like to do things with, and they seem kind of cool? Like, has anything been tested? Has any you know what I mean, as far as like loyalty or respect or you know stuff like that? Like how one of my homies, like we go by this thing like, yo, if you ain't taking care of your kids, like we not fucking hanging around with you. Like a lot of us had, you know, single moms as parents and shit. Like you think we gonna hang out with you and you ain't taking care of your kids and you ain't really got a reason not to. So I lost friends over that.
And you try to blame everybody else for why you ain't taking care of your kids. Oh, she won't let in.
Yeah. I lost friends over that. So
I get that though. You know what I'm saying? Where I mean, I'm not gonna say I done just been like, all right, man, fuck this nigga, whatever. I got friends where it's like, they be like,
you're not gonna make me come to a baby shower because I'm supporting you and your whole situation, but you don't take care of the kids.
Right.
No, that's weird. Like you ain't even taking care of the kids. You know what I mean? Like that's weird to me.
Right.
But
that's really weird. Like, you know, I don't take care of this one because of mom. And I get sometimes moms ain't necessarily the easiest to deal with. But like the excuse shouldn't always be, well, the mom won't. It's like, all right, so now what? Like, you pay your child support, you're a good dad.
Mom just don't like you
because mom just don't like you because mom just don't like you. Okay, cool. But that doesn't mean that you just don't take care of your kids. Like, it's still your kid.
Yeah. And taking care of is more than just financial. You got, you know, take care of their mental and their emotional and teach them things and shit like that. And as we both know, since we're older, that shit goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So
it do.
Yeah, I ain't never really respected that. I believe I talked about that before here, but I'm just like, yeah. But yeah, man. When it comes to my circle, hell yeah. Like, what we just discussed is pretty much how I play that shit. Now, there's always that monkey wrench in the situation when it comes to being married and having certain friends of a certain lifestyle.
Right.
Like for instance, me, I have a friend that believes in polygamy. And he tries each and every way to make sure he get his whole little situation of like one or two girls.
I mean, but can you be mad at him?
No, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
My wife just thinks the shit is weird.
Well,
and
women think it's weird when it's not them. Like,
my wife.
I can't say they're like, oh well, you know, they always gonna think it's weird because sometimes they don't. But a lot of times, what's weird to women isn't weird to men. Like women, if women can't understand it, it's weird to them. Like, I don't know, it's just weird to me. Like, why would someone do that? Well, when you talk about guys and how guys move in a very logical way to them.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not going to be a logical way to
everybody. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like me and my wife, while we were at brunch talking, she was like, well, when would you want to refinance the house? I said, well, if we're going to refinance the house, I would rather do it in 11 years. And she was like, well, why would you want to do that? I said, well, the way I see it, we're still in good health, good shape, everything else. If we refinance in 11 years, that'll be 15 years, which means we should have paid close to half of it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever we get back in the refinance, or we can probably just throw it back into the mortgage and then pay off whatever else is still left. You know what I'm saying? And go about it that way so that when we're ready to sell the house, we can sell and get more money. I mean, if we're refinancing at this point, clearly we're refinancing for a specific reason.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I don't see it. Like, why don't we refinance and put the money back into the house? I said, if we refinance now, then yeah, that makes complete sense. But if, let's say the rates don't go down to something that we like, in 15 years, 16 years, if we decide to refinance and the refinance pays off the rest of the house, why not pay off the rest of the house and just pay the taxes on the house and
even when y'all refinance, you ain't got to refinance for the whole thing. Let's just say y'all wanted to do just repairs. If I don't know what y'all sitting on equity, I'm not asking, but if it's like, let's just say hypothetical, it's $300,000 sitting on equity, and but let's just say the renovations is $80,000, just refinance for $80,000. You ain't paying that much extra when you refinance and stuff like that. That was quick money for y'all to redo whatever. So when it comes time to sell in a year or two, all y'all shit is modern, whatever modern is going to be for in the 2030s or the 2040s. You kind of get what I'm saying? I think everyone should be thinking about it that way, but a lot of people don't even know that that's an option that they can do.
Yeah.
Or they just like, well, I'm going to just sell the house as is and they going to have to do the repairs. But the house going to sell quicker when everything look nice.
Yeah.
Shiny and up to date, because all the other houses you still got to put that work in, and they ain't got to worry about it.
Because the way I looked at it was, if we're going to sell the house as is, then we might as well go the second route of, once we get to a certain amount of time in the house, just to refinance, pay off the house, and then just say, all right, look, we just want to get out the house. We'll refinance, and then we get the full amount of whatever we're going to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I look at it that way because I'm like, if we go ahead and do all the work to the house, so let's say we get a new housing unit and furnace, we get a new kitchen, bathrooms, whatever, carpet. It's cool and all, but we just wasted money that we could have probably just really sat on, really. Yeah.
Listen, multiple reasons to refinance. You could refinance and throw the money into a high interest yield account. Make your money make some money. And once it made the free money that you're going to pay taxes on, of course, that you made, you could take that money that you put in that account and throw it right back into the mortgage. And then, boom, you back to where you was at. Like, even if it's like, oh, you started your loan over, it's like, yeah, I did, but I paid it off I paid it off quicker. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because somebody else was telling me the same thing of, if you're going to do it, they said if you get 15 years on a loan, let's say you got 15 years left on your loan, they were just like, why don't you just refinance to a less time paying it at a certain point? You know what I mean? They're like, at a certain point, yeah, you might pay less because you got 15 years left, but why not finance it to where you're probably still paying the same amount, but you pay it off sooner and you're good to go? I was like, well, I thought of that.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I go out my way to really think about either.
Yeah. I think about all those things. I try to think about, because those life-changing situations happen just like that. So sometimes I like to sit down and just, what are the possibilities of this happening or just in case this happened, how could I move financially? I don't have any plans to do any of that shit right now, but it's always good to just kind of know what you can and can't do and stuff like that. Because there's been so many times where when I was younger, even in my older age, where certain situations happen and I didn't think about it clearly or I didn't know of information. And then maybe 2-3 years come to go down the line. And I'm like, oh shit, I've learned something. I could have handled this situation like this and would have been better off. So I was like, all right, I need to educate myself financially when it comes to what I can and can't do. Like, utilizing your 401k or utilizing the equity in your house via refinance, what you should be doing it for, and not what you shouldn't be doing it for, stuff like that.
Right. Love you, right.
But
I need some days off. Shit.
You said what?
I need some days off.
Shit. I think we all do. I think we all do.
Pretty sure same, bro.
Yeah. Even though I just took some time off, I'm like, nah, that wasn't enough. Wasn't fucking enough. So, another question for you. Hypothetically, DeLaw, hypothetically, in another world, another timeline, multiverse situation going on. You're not married to your current wife. You haven't met her, but you have an ex-wife, because we ain't gonna put that out there. You have an ex-wife, y'all share a kid, y'all get divorced and stuff like that, and you become cool with her current husband, right? Y'all cool with, like, y'all hang out, y'all go to the bar, y'all you talking to him about girls you smashing, shit like that. Like they in the circle. They somehow, some way, they are in DeLaw's circle. It makes co-parenting very, very easy because, you and your ex-wife ain't, y'all cool, but, things going on and stuff like that. You find out. No. Okay. You find out that it's this old fling that he had that you might be interested in. Do you feel like you need to ask permission? Before you give your answer, I want to read you the story. Before you answer, I want to read you the story. So, story goes as, I am a 36-year-old female, and my best friend is a 33-year-old female. We have known each other 8 to 9 years. We met when she linked with my ex-husband. We just clicked, and it made co-parenting super easy. I have never had a friend that stuck around this long before. Anyways, she came here from South Carolina to marry my ex. Recently, I got a random ad on Snapchat from the South Carolina area. I get a lot of randos, and I was bored, so I accepted. Started off pretty standard and eventually grew into a friendship, then more. I told my bestie that I met a guy who was acting as my hype man whenever I go to the gym and post a selfie. By this point, we had already exchanged some explicit content. She sent some pussy pictures. Bravo. I kept her informed of progression, and then on Christmas Eve, we realized that this guy was an old fling of hers, and she has a hall pass from my ex to go have shenanigans for a weekend or something.
Wait,
listen. Well, we were all laughing about it, and it didn't seem like a big deal at all. We joked about our taste in men is similar. Now it's been a couple of weeks, and when I mentioned him at Kid Exchange, she shut down on me. I texted her a little bit later because her reaction was eating at me. I asked her if there was a problem, and she basically told me she felt betrayed by both of us because neither of us asked her first, and that she never would have taken things as far with someone if roles were reversed. She told me that she deleted and blocked him off of all of her social media, and she almost done the same to me. If you want him, he's free range. I responded, to be fair, we progressed past certain things before. We We knew of the connection she had.
Free range.
Right.
She knows not free range.
We knew of the connection she had to him, and I wrongly assumed it was okay to continue talking to him because, well, she's married to my ex, and he's never caused any tension, and it's never caused any tension, plus all the laughter and jokes. I apologize for my part, and she put what felt like a guilt trip on me, telling me that she doesn't think he's even noticed that she's MIA, but she bet he talks, But she's MIA. She hasn't even noticed that she's MIA. She bets he talked to me all day long, every day. And that's not the case. We talk intermittently, but not a full conversation all day long. Anyway, my initial reaction is to let him down gently and to tell him it couldn't be involved. I couldn't be involved anymore, which I did. But now I feel a little angry. I'm definitely hurt because I really like the guy and she's already married. It gives don't touch my toys vibes. I had known before I got involved if I had known before I got involved, I could see being this upset. But being as I didn't know in the beginning and she made jokes about it all at first, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a pile of garbage and it's actually me giving the don't touch my toys vibe. So,
don't touch your toys.
You don't find nothing strange with the way these women are interacting with each other?
Well, I don't find it to be strange only because it doesn't sound strange that women would interact that way. Like, you got to think about it. Women are always in competition with each other.
But she's married to her ex-husband.
Yeah. So, because she's married, so the person who wrote the article, her ex-husband is married to some rando chick, right?
Not rando. They did, yeah, basically, and then they became friends.
They became friends, right? That's what the first problem was.
You should never became friends.
Not that type of friends.
They should have exactly. You keep your ass on the outer circle, and we talk. We're cordial. We might do some things together, but I ain't letting you know personal shit. You know what I mean?
And then the husband gives you a hall pass.
So okay, that's crazy.
That's already crazy.
That's already
he out here cranking shit too. He got him.
It don't even mean that. It could just mean that he a cuck. And he like to sit in the chair in the corner while his guys do his wife, and he sit there with his dick in his hand. Like, that could be a thing. Yeah. That could be a thing. Because there's no way I'm gonna be telling my wife yeah, you get a hall pass.
You got a hall pass. Hell no.
Here's the thing. Even if I said that and she acted on it, it's done. Because it's why you won't act on that?
Right.
I'm come on now.
Because the way I see it, there's no woman. A woman might give you a hall pass, but there's no woman that's gonna be like, well, you know what? There's someone. Oh well, my husband, he fucked another chain. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Dudes ain't like that. So that means you opened your leg. It's one thing if you just got something hanging from it. And I'm not saying that guy's right for it, but I'm just saying we're putting something in. But you got to open up your legs and let somebody get in you. They got to get on top of you. And then a lot of times you're probably enjoying it. And it's I don't know if I want to hear that. That's why I ain't ever giving my wife no hall pass. The
unfortunate double standard is the reason why it works is because if we were to do it, our wife or whoever can always chalk it up to, oh, that bitch was a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to do it, they the hoe.
Right.
It's just not going... It's not going to work. The same reason why that chick would be a hoe if I did it, because it was just something I fucked.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to look at you the same way. So I don't want to look at somebody that I'm dealing with oh, bitch did some hoe shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to look at it that way. So it's her first mistake was being that buddy. That's your old work. Nah, I'm not. Even if I found it odd that might be her ex, don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it to get back. It probably just happened. But the strange thing is, I'm like, what are the odds of that? It's her old piece of work that just happened to message you. That sounds like you're still in contact. That guy found you and he was like, yo, I'm gonna make so mad. That's what that sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
But first of all, nah, it's just not. Now, if you was I understand the friend thing, but she didn't know that was her ex until whatever, so it doesn't really matter. But if if I knew, one, as guy code or whatever, like typically don't go behind. This is crazy. If the chick is a hoe, she's a hoe, right? You ain't really going behind your friend back. But if he was like romantically involved, might have some kids with her and stuff like that, you still shouldn't. But if you felt inclined, you are supposed to say, hey, I'm thinking about, or this, might move in this situation. And your friend at that time has every right to be like, yay or nay. And he has every right to treat you a certain type of way if you go forward either way. Even if he said yeah, because it's kind of going to be like, yo, why you got to be like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. It's a tricky situation. Yeah, but you know that
once it's the ex-wife, it's her ex-husband, and she's like, all right.
Yeah. Especially we got hall pass. Why am I letting you know anything? You married and happy with my ex-husband. Not that you took him away from me, but you're happy. Right. You shouldn't even have eyes.
The fact that you want me to
check in with you, even after we realized that it was prior to me knowing.
See, because that's the thing that
sounds like that lady still fucking him.
It's like, you want me to check in with you about somebody who's not your husband, just some fling. He was fucking, some old fling of yours. You know what I'm saying?
That lady's still messing with that dude.
Yeah, she is.
That's what that sounds like. Because why block him? Why? It doesn't really matter. You should have been blocked him. I'm married now. That's what you should have been did. But the fact that she got a hall pass, that means,
because that's the only way I see. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I see you being mad about it. Or, oh, you gotta check in with me. I gotta check in with you about who I'm fucking, and you married. That means, honestly, like you said, all that really means is that that's your hall pass fling. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's what that's starting to sound like.
It's your hall pass fling. And now your little bother that your hall pass fling ends up being, my jank. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you got to check in because, if my husband give me a hall pass, I don't want him to feel like he got to choose between me and you. No. First off, when you do a hall pass, why are you going back to the same motherfucker every time? It's a hall pass for a reason.
Hypothetically, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
It's a hall pass for a reason. You gonna go back to the same penis every time because it's convenient? What did they get into a relationship and it wasn't?
Oh, just think if you got outside of that, just think if you got a hall pass and then that shit was trash, you're gonna want a do-over.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna get a do-over. You're like, hey, bitch, that was your hall pass. You're not getting a do-over. You're like, fuck. So sometimes you gotta go to fuck her over liable.
See, I don't trust the theory of a hall pass because
I do.
With a hall pass, okay, yeah, I got
not for my woman, no.
Not with my woman, no.
Yeah,
because that means if my wife can just as quickly find somebody like that and fuck them, that means you've been talking to this nigga a whole lot more than what you saying.
Yeah, that's very true. For you to be thinking that's the person that you should call. What's going on. You've been scoping it out.
I'm like, it's you. Even if it wasn't a random guy you met at the bar and you smashed him like that. Come on. That means now you got hoes tendencies. Did I marry the right person that you could just go out to the bar and just say, I just want to fuck something? My husband gave me a hall pass, so I'm going to fuck it. Like, what? Nah, I can't. No. Nope. That's dead.
Right. I just thought of something. Like, is it okay? So let's just say, yo, boom. What do you think is worse in a woman's eyes? Like, she's like, yo, I give you a hall pass, right? In your head, you like, all right, bet. I'm gonna go fuck with so and so off of OnlyFans. Do you think your woman or your wife will be like, you know what? Never fucking mind. Never mind. Because you already been paying. Let's just say, yo, you that type of nigga. You've been paying the monthly fee of saying, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name, but I don't know no names. I'm just Scorpio 2000, like busting it wide for like monthly, and you paying your $10. You tipping her extra 10, the squirt on the camera and shit like that. You like, you know what? I would like to have a piece of that pussy. Do you think if your significant other asks like, yo, so did you go through with it? Is there anybody I know? Do you think you should be inclined to say, hey, now's a check off of OnlyFans? Would that fuck up your situation even more? Or do you think it's safe to say it was some chick I met at the ice skating rink or some shit like that?
Oh no, that shit. No matter what, it don't matter what chick it was. It could have been the nice, friendly chick from.
You don't think the OnlyFans shit hit the heart? Shit, I do.
Nah. See, women. Those
are professional whores. So you think she ain't gonna be thinking in the back of her head like, damn, did she? How many nuts did she suck out of him at one time? Like when she said,
I'm not saying that she wouldn't think that. I'm saying for women, they'll give you a hall pass, and then they want to see what the woman looks like. They want to know if you just fucking something just to fuck something and it's an ugly bitch, they'd be like, oh, all right, yeah, that bitch was ugly anyway.
I told you that goes back to what I said. They just like they gonna already classify her as a hoe. So it's like, why not just go to the hoes?
Right. But then
and let it be done right, so I don't have to think about another hall pass, and I take it.
now, but the only issue with that is now with that you end up now trying to, I guess, once you say she was just a hoe. Now they like, so you just fucking hoes. Now that's a whole nother explanation. Like, I just don't think women really don't know what they want. No. But they're going to, here's your hall pass, do whatever you want to do. As soon as you tell them that you were with a hoe or OnlyFans mug, they in their head, I can't keep up with that. That bitch, she probably did some shit that I ain't never heard of. Yeah, like they be in their own heads. But I don't know. It's a tough one. I know my wife. Yeah.
Listen, yours not giving me a pass. Yours not giving you a pass. Mine not giving me a pass. It's not going to happen. But I think if like another multiverse universe type situation, if mine gave me a pass, I'm definitely not saying that she was from OnlyFans. Definitely not saying that. Yeah. And you want to pay for the shit. So it's just kind of like, I better wear that motherfucker out.
Paying for that motherfucker. Say, you might only have one time.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to have one. Yeah. Like, shit. But, hey. I'm about to say shout out to them. So, your advice for the young lady is?
If you think you need to really justify it to it, then clearly they ain't your friend. I mean, that's basically how I look at it.
Yeah, she's not thinking rationally. It's different if it was just like, oh, I knew that's who that was, so I went out there and he came out to me. So if you block him, that's fine. And to be honest, like it's like, yo, where you fucked up at? My advice is where you fucked up at. Well, my advice is keep your romantic shit private. Mm-hmm. If you do consider her your friend, you guys consider yourselves friends, no matter how weird I might think it seems to be, the best thing to do if y'all are friends is you don't want to see your friends hurt. You apologize, what you did already, and just change the behavior, which you did already. You cut it off on them and shit.
Right.
But from now on, keep your romantic shit private, because that's how she is. And also, it's kind of like, yo, here's another thing. In this type of situation, right? You wouldn't think that as that child's mom, you don't think you would want to talk to your ex-husband like, yo, you just letting her take her pussy out on the town? Like, how's that going to affect you?
Right.
Because my kid is still staying, you know what I mean? Our child is still staying at the house and shit like that. So it's kind of like, what do you think you can handle? Do you think you can handle that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there going to be arguing in the house?
I don't think they thought that far.
Come on now. If the roles were reversed and then my homie was like, yo, no. I found out my ex-wife gave her husband a pass. I'm like, what are you doing? Now y'all gonna break up. And now I'm gonna have the kid full time. You ain't gonna have a place to live. And I'm not paying more child. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So that's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna break up if the roles were reversed. I talked to my ex-wife like, yo, what are you doing? Nah, I think I should do that. She's gonna get in her feelings. She's gonna get mad. He might try his hand more than once.
Mm-hmm.
Arguing.
You already knew that he was gonna be in the, like, when you get hall pass, you gotta be it's almost like someone saying, hey, we wanna start being swingers. It's like
there's a very small ratio of people that can handle that. I know I'm not one of them.
I ain't one of them. Because I'd be like the dude who was on social media talking about something. He put the option of swinger in his wife's head, and then when it happened, he thought he was doing something, but then she over there
swinging,
getting down, and he was like, she was making noises that she ain't never made with me. Like,
there's no way. There is no fucking that. To some people, that shit turns them on. There is no way.
Nah, ain't no way. If I'm hearing my wife screaming, like that dude is like giving her the best sex of her life, nah, we ain't doing that. Nah. No, sir.
Hell no.
My anxiety ain't built that way.
It's not the anxiety. It'd probably just be rage for me.
Look, I'd be catching a murder charge at that point.
I don't want to catch a murder charge. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? Nah.
I want all the smizzle.
It would definitely be rage. I don't know, man. Listen, lady, keep your romantic life private from this lady. Continue to be friends, and it is what it is. You shouldn't even know that there's a fucking hall pass. Y'all just weird. That's just a weird thing. I understand y'all close and y'all besties and shit, but
because it almost sounded like it was like, oh, she got a hall pass for me to fuck my ex-husband. That's what I thought you were going with.
Nah. New wife or new person has a hall pass from the lady's ex-husband.
Look, in her head, she's like, wait, you gave this bitch a hall pass? You ain't never give me no hall pass, nigga.
I don't think they're worried about that.
Shit, I
don't know, man. I like that. I'm just...
Because, but think about the reasons that you get somebody a hall pass.
I would think, right? And I would think if a man is giving a woman a hall pass, he can't perform somehow, some way, right?
See, I wouldn't even say that. If you're giving your wife a hall pass,
what else are you giving her a hall pass for?
Knew she was for the streets.
Nah, you gonna just be for the streets then. I'm not giving you a fucking hall. I'm not staying married to somebody that's for the streets.
You never know. I mean, because
I know
this sounds like a white woman. You never know. That causes a little different.
So listen, you're right. I don't know that mindset, but I can say I would think, my opinion, it would be erectile dysfunction, small meat, or he likes to be a cuck. A couple of those things can be solved. The cuck thing is just, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the erectile dysfunction, you know, that could be reversed. A small meat, I hear they got prosthetics now. So you want to dig your wife out like that?
Dick.
Huh?
A prosthetic dick.
Yeah, you strap on a dick on your dick. Double dicking her down. Like if you want to do that, hey, double dick her down. But
Lord,
yo, yeah. Shout out to her. shout out to both of them. Shout out to both of them. Shout out to the one that get to take her pussy out on vacation, and shout out to the other lady. Like, yo, like, keep your shit private. You and take solace in the fact that you're no longer with a guy that will want to give you a hall pass.
I mean, from the sounds of it, he ain't never give no whole pass to her. He just said, "Nah, bitch, you going."
Nah, maybe they broke up. Maybe that's the ex because he, he needed a double dick or like erectile. He wanted to be a cuck, and she was like, "I'm not fucking bringing another man in the fucking bedroom." I mean, not another man. That's even crazier. Yeah. I'm not bringing another man into a bedroom. I'm not letting another man fuck me.
Right.
So, but that's how that shit start out. Like, she probably got a hall pass to go fuck another guy, but he only give it. This the part that we won't know. He only giving her that hall pass so she can tape it and he can watch it later and then beat off in the basement or some shit. Like,
that'd be crazy.
That happens all the time.
That would be crazy.
It happens all the. You don't think it happens all the time?
Look,
because he probably because he also. Never mind. I'm making a whole universe out of these people's situation. I'm like, but shit like that happens all the time. On that note, keep your circle as small as a dot, like I do. You wouldn't have these problems. And thank everybody for tuning in.